Jesse, I see the call screener.
Welcome, call screener.
That was live, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It's a very white sweater you're wearing.
Yeah,
It's very white.
I could make it a different color.
It's looking extra white. Extra white.
There, now it's even whiter.
Right there. Oh, no. Back a couple. You were good before.
That one?
No?
That one?
No.
Those are your choices.
That or that? You were doing a bunch of them. Now you only give me two? Right there.
No? I could?
Not that one.
That one?
You're fine.
That one's dark.
You're fine.
We're gonna go with that one. That's where I was before.
Okay. Go with that one. What time is it? 8:29. All right, Chad, you ready?
I'm ready.
You sure?
Listo.
What?
Listo, yeah, ready.
All right, Jess, you ready to go?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Jess, you're talking. Your mic is facing the other side. There you go. It's got to face to you. It's a dynamic mic. You need to talk into it, not to the side of it. It's dynamic. All right, here we go. The recorder. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
You wanna know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. But come on, take a chance now. So go, geocache. And if you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday and it's 8:30, which means that it is once again time for the Geocaching Podcast. My name is Scott Burks. We have Short and it's mending the phones, and please welcome to my virtual left my co-host, Taz427.
Howdy, y'all. What's in your backpack?
That's right. Tonight's episode is number 560, recorded live on April 24, 2019, and it is Geocaching Backpacks Discussion. Phone lines are open, so give us a call, 808-468-7924. That is 808-GOT-SWAG. But before that, Chad, before we get into that, let's talk some Patreon. Hey, you know, we've done very well with Patreon, and we appreciate all of our guests, all of our Patreon subscribers. And we just put up a video over the weekend. Justin and I did a really nice cache, and we actually took video of it. So we popped it up there as a little snippet for our patrons. So if you want to become a patron with tier starting as low as $3, you get extra audio, extra video, only available to our Patreon members. That is patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast. Again, patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast.
All right, tonight's show is brought to you by Cachly. Cachly is an advanced geocaching app for iOS. It features powerful online and offline features, including filter searches, offline maps, and offline saving of caches. Cachly has hundreds of advanced features that will make your geocaching experience just that much better. Get more info at Cachly.com. That's CACHLY.com.
And it's also tonight sponsored by Logwork. Logwork are the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine write-in-the-rain paper. The logbook's designed for the micro-containers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who would rather go caching than do cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
It's also brought to you by FTF Geocacher Magazine. FTF Geocacher is the magazine for geocachers written by geocachers with 6 issues a year. FTF offers practical advice, instant tips, cacher bios and milestones, geocaching events, trail tells, and all things geo-related. Find them at ftfgeocacher.com. That's ftfgeocacher.com.
And finally, by the Max Suds Body Company. Max Suds Body Company makes handmade bath and body products from all natural oils and butters. Items such as Poison Be Gone soap, itch spray, and 2 scent choices of bug spray. all great for outdoor enthusiasts like geocachers. At Max Ed's Body, we have you covered from head to toe. Find them at maxedsbody.com. That's MACSUDSBODY.com. And as usual, you can find links to all our sponsors in our show notes. Chad, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. It's just about baseball season. It's starting this weekend. Not for the MLB, but actually our children, Jesse and I, our three children. Saturday is opening day, and that's where the crazy starts. So if
Awesome.
if this was the old show, I'd be off the show by now for my summer sabbatical. But unfortunately, I'm hosting the show, so I can't do that. Although we will have a rerun here and there when we have a Wednesday show. Jesse, are you ready for the craziness that's about to begin?
I have no choice. I have to be ready. It's starting whether we're ready or not.
Yeah, it's coming. It's going to be crazy.
The life
So,
of a parent.
Yeah.
The life of a parent with three boys. Is what
We do a lot of night caching over the summer because we sit at baseball games all day long. And if we want to go caching, that's the only chance we get.
That's right. Isn't
Yep.
it? Yeah. So tonight's show is discussion about geocaching backpacks. Some people carry them, some people don't. It's all it's all a choice. But something we really don't talk much about when we're cachers. But it's something that's very important, and to each cacher, it's a very personal thing between the kind of backpack you carry and what you put in said backpack that you carry.
Yep.
There are many different kinds of backpacks. Let's start off, Jesse. I know you carry backpack. Chad, do you carry a backpack?
I carry several types.
Several types. Okay.
Yeah.
I've had two backpacks in my 10 plus years of geocaching. I had my first one for about 8, and the second one I've had for about 2. Jesse, how many have you had throughout your caching career?
Just one.
Just you're using the same bag
Okay.
you've used since we started.
I am using the same bag that I bought. How long have you and I been together? Well, going
6
on
years.
like 6.5 something years. So
Yeah.
yeah, I bought it like 6 years ago. And yeah, it's still going strong. It's holding up great. I think I
Great.
made a wise choice in that bag.
Chad, have you been using the same ones, or have you?
My primary backpack I've been using for about 10 years now. So
Really?
it's the one. So it's a Swiss Gear, standard school bag type backpack over the shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Looks
Oh, he's got,
something like this.
he's got pictures here. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's like a Swiss.
Yeah, and it's got lots of pockets and stuff. It's great for bringing a lot of stuff, and I usually keep it in my car, except for when I'm taking it out to kind of like restock things, or sometimes I want to lighten it up, that kind of thing. Then I for other. So it's great for like longer trips and like long hikes and stuff.
Mhm.
Not necessarily the greatest for things where you're like short trips and that kind of stuff, because you don't necessarily need to carry all that crap on, a 2-mile hike.
Sure, yeah. It's but my first bag I had for 8 years, and it was a great bag. It was kind of like an army-ish bag, but it just finally I wore the bottom out of it. Believe it or not, that's possible.
Mhm.
I started getting holes in the bottom of it, and I knew it was time to replace. So let's get back. Let's start into the actual types of backpacks. And anybody, hey, if we're talking about a backpack that if we don't mention a backpack that you have, or you want to talk backpacks, give us a call 808-468-7924. This is a really interesting discussion. I'd love to hear other people's opinions on backpacks. So what should you use? Because there's newbies out there who don't own a backpack and are I'm sure are curious, which one should I get? So to start with, you have the normal school bag, which is the double shoulder or a rucksack if you're in the Army. Just your basic everyday backpack, school bag, more or less. And that could be anything, North Face, Swiss, Jesse, what's yours? You have
Mine's an Eddie Bauer.
Eddie Bauer, yeah, all different kind. Then you have a Molly bag. Molly bag is what the Army uses. A Molly bag is It's the one where it's got like the looping mechanisms where you can add pouches to it. So basically, it's a bag that starts off just like as a backpack, and you can add more pockets as necessary. It's a really interesting kind of a bag. I've just recently learned about it, and I'm curious about it. Also, a sling bag, the over-the-shoulder bag, the typical over-the-shoulder sling bag. Um, you've got the tactical messenger bag. I think that might be what Cody Dog uses. I think doesn't he use one of those? A tactical messenger bag, Jess. I think.
I think that he has one, but I don't know that he uses that at a maybe. Usually he carries just the little sling bag. That's
Yeah, but
lately. That's what he's been taking.
yeah, it's because he's been lazy. But I think when he goes out on a hike, I think he actually pulls out the messenger bag, if I remember correctly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cody, give us a call if you're in the chat room. Let
He
us
is
know.
in the chat room.
Oh, is he in the chat room?
He says I use Max Pedition or a cheapo West Bend drawstring bag. So yeah, that's what he's been using lately. Is that just a drawstring bag?
You've got the old fanny pack or the bum bag for anybody overseas in England, but you've got the fanny pack, which is the old school, which have made a comeback. Believe it or not, those are back in style now.
Yeah, but they don't wear them around the waist anymore. They like wear them over the shoulder.
I know
now.
it's over the shoulder.
Yeah.
It's a bandolier now.
Maybe I should bring my fanny pack back out and use it.
No.
You
use
can.
it that way.
You can and use it as
No.
a bandolier. You'd be cool. You'd be hip. Your kids would be like, Dad, when did you get so hip?
I do own one, and I have used it while geocaching.
Of course you have. Hopefully not recently. Is right.
Not recently.
No, the fanny packs are back, man. Don't laugh at it. They're back. And last, we also have the Camelback, which is the a backpack with a water bladder built inside. Jesse bought me one of these years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. Jess, I think you bought it for me.
Yeah,
I used it a couple of times. I wasn't a big fan of it.
yeah.
I don't know.
I had one that I used. I used to do a lot of bicycling, and I used one all the time for that. It was a small one, not much bigger than the bladder itself, that I could fit, just like my personal items in it and carry it while I was biking, and easy to, drink from.
Right.
And then, I bought Scott one that was just a regular backpack that had the bladder in it. I thought that would be great for hiking, and he used it a few times and wasn't a fan. I used it a few times, and I think we ended up donating it to the Goodwill or something.
Right.
Yeah,
I used it a lot. I use mine a lot more in Texas, where heat index of 115. It's only 98 degrees, but a heat index of 115, and
Sure.
you're sweating to death. And I needed to hydrate a lot more. So I would use that on hikes and stuff out there to make sure that, hey, I don't wind up falling down dead.
Well,
Wise.
I'm a big fan of water. I drink a lot of water. Here was the issue I had with it is that it held, I can't remember what it held, like six bottles of water, I think, Jess. You remember how many we would pour in?
I think the one I got you was like 4.
4.
Mhm.
The problem was I couldn't tell my water consumption. I didn't know how much I had left. It's hard to know your water situation when you don't know how much you've left. Like
Right.
if I bring 6 water bottles with me, I know how much water I got left. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
know where I'm standing here. This I couldn't tell. So what I would do is I would just sit there, and it was like a teat for me. I would just keep it in my mouth and just suck a little. Next thing I know, it's gone. And I'm like, shit, I'm out of water.
Yeah. If you got a small one like that, then you could run out pretty quickly. Mine, think it's a 3-liter. I'm gonna go grab it. Hang on.
So yeah, I'm in no way saying they're bad. They're great if people enjoy them, but for me personally for me, I like to know how much water I have left. I don't know what my water stock is at all times, especially if I'm a couple miles away from the car.
Right.
If you disagree with me, give us a call 808-468-7924. But or if you approve of any of these bags or know or any other bag we've forgotten, because I tried to make a list and I tried to think of the list and I think I got everything in terms of different kinds of backpacks. And then we got what to look for in a backpack. When you're purchasing a backpack, some things to look for is obviously you want quality. You want good quality. You want a good quality pack. Check the seams. Check everything. Check the zippers, and obviously you get what you pay for. If you're gonna buy a $10 backpack, you're gonna get a $10 backpack. Unfortunately, that's what you're gonna get. Chad, what do you What is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure how big this bladder is, but it's a huge bladder. This thing, I've never ran it dry when out there.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, the one time that I thought I was going to run it dry again, I didn't know exactly how much was there, and I was trying to conserve it a little bit. I got to the end, and I was like, oh shit, the thing's over half full.
So you had plenty to go.
Plenty.
All right. So next up, you look for strap comfort. Obviously, very important is the comfort. You don't want one thing that can happen is you could have the straps chafing.
Right.
Your arms, your underarms, or by your shoulders. You really don't want that because you're walking for 4 or 5 miles and you're sweating. And next thing you know, you're totally chafing under your pits and you're miserable.
Right, and there's a couple of types of what I describe as sling bags. There is the ones like this with the strings, and I hate them. They irritate the heck out of me.
Yeah, see, that's what Cody Dog uses all the time. He uses those things. Yeah.
And then there's one like this with a single strap.
Yeah, sure.
So, and this is a lot more comfortable to me, and I think I got this one at Geo Woodstock 15. So, and I've been using it. Before that, I was using a one that I got for carrying cameras around.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah,
but it's great for lightweight. Carry a single water bottle and your necessities.
Right. Sure. Yeah. So strap comfort. Workable storage, also very, very important. If you get a backpack with just one big bag, how much is that going to help you? Well, yes,
right.
You have a lot of storage. You have everything on top of each other. If you've got pockets and whatnot, again, this is where that Molly bag might come in because you have a simple backpack and then you could add what you need to that bag, just to that bag. But workable storage. I know my North Face has got a ton of different storage areas, which is great for me. I love it because I can put, I know where everything is usually at all times. So it's really nice. So workable storage, also very important with the bag. Quick access pockets, I think, is very important as well. You want, especially if you're going to a tool you're using all the time, you want to be able to, if you can get to it from not even taking the pack off, that's a bonus of a bonus. But
right.
But if not, you want to make sure you want to have quick access to those pockets if you can, to get to your TOTT if you need to. Comfort with your backpack. You're going to be hiking, you're going to be sweating. At least I do. I know I sweat a ton. So you want those breathing holes. The breathing holes, if you look at some of the packs, you'll find on the back of the packs that they'll have like literally, bumps where it has holes in the back where you could actually, those are breathing holes. And what they do is they allow air to obviously keep going through and keep your back nice and cool. So,
or raised areas that basically hold the backpack off of your back and allow that air to circulate.
Correct. Yes, and obviously, the more I can't say the more expensive the bag, but the better bag you get, the more comfortable it's going to be. I have a perfect example, and my first bag to my second bag. My first bag, I carry the same stuff in both bags, and yet the first bag was heavy bag. The second bag, I could hike for miles with my bag, and I feel nothing. It's great. It's like I'm carrying nothing.
The difference, though, Scott, is your first bag was a canvas bag, and your new bag is a nylon bag.
Right.
So that's the difference. A canvas bag is much heavier than a nylon bag.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's true. Yes.
And sometimes it's also the way that the bag distributes the weight between your shoulders and your hips. If you're like me and actually wind up using the strap at the bottom when you're on an actual hike, you can get some pretty good weight distribution out of it as well.
Right, and I think all that comes into play with my old bag and my new bag. My new bag is a North Face Recon, which is tremendous. I did a ton of research into the bags, and this bag just had everything I wanted, and it got fantastic reviews. Wasn't cheap, I'm not going to lie to you guys, but it was around like the $150 range. But it was worth it. It's a great bag, and I feel like and I walk and I feel like I'm carrying nothing. It distributes the weight fantastically. It's just a great bag. So obviously comfort and like you said, the breathing pads and all that.
One other thing I want to mention too is
please.
there actually is a difference. You see, some bags are a woman's bag, and there actually is a difference. Women out there invest in a bag designed for women. It sits better. I mean, our bodies obviously are different, and they fit better, they sit better, and they feel better
No,
if you
definitely.
have if you actually have a
Oh, so you're saying
woman's bag.
take advantage of the air quote woman's bag when you see woman's bag.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried both. I mean, I've carried just a regular, plain old, good for everybody unisex backpack, and then I've tried an actual designed for a woman backpack, and there's a difference. You can actually tell the difference. They're ergonomics or whatever. I don't know what it is, but
There's a reason that women can carry a kid on their hip and a man can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And okay, and when in doubt, guys, hey, you know what? Ask another cashier. You see somebody, you see, a backpack you kind of like, and the cashier's carrying it. Go up to him, say, "How do you like that bag? I was thinking about getting one. How do you like it?" Don't be afraid to do that. People will love it. People don't not. Oh my God, it's the double negative. People love talking about their bags. They're not going to be like, "I don't want to tell you how my bag." Like people will
Right.
tell you if their bag is good or not. You come up to me, I'm gonna tell you this bag's amazing. Everybody should own the bag that I have because I love my bag. So when in doubt, ask other cashiers, whether it be in a forum or at a mega or even on the trail. Ask another cashier if you like their bag, what they think about it.
And don't restrict yourself to a single bag. If you feel you have a need for different bags for different occasions, get them.
Yeah, well, you said you. Why don't we start with you then? So you say you have 3 different type of bags, correct?
Well, 3 that I use primarily.
What's the difference? For what?
So my traditional bag is my carry with me, bring everything under the sun bag. So that's the backpack one, and it has the most volume, most capacity, and I can. So anything that I talk about bringing with me on it can fit in there, plus a laptop, plus a tablet, plus more. So I can. It's the carry-all bag. The messenger bag is more of my urban caching bag, so it doesn't look quite as out of place, and it carries a fair amount, but not quite as much as a traditional backpack. My sling bag is my running down a couple miles of path, but not sure. I might need a couple of things, but I don't want to necessarily carry my big backpack full of stuff. And then my Camelback is I need to be carrying a shitload of water.
That's when the Camelback comes out.
That's when the Camelback comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've used all of them a fair amount.
So which one? What is your the one you use 80% of the time?
80% of the time, probably my sling bag.
The sling bag.
Okay.
8 times out of 10.
As far as physically carrying it around, it's my sling bag. As far as having it with me while caching, then it's my traditional bag because it's in the car, and I'm running no more than 100 feet or so away from the car to grab caches. Typically, and that's there in my car with me.
Yeah, I mean the only time I pull my bag out is if we're going hiking. If I'm going for car or park, I don't take my bag out. It usually stays in the car. It's not in the car right now. It's actually in the garage because I have baseball crap in my trunk. I don't have caching stuff. I've got buckets of balls and catcher's equipment and all that good stuff in my trunk right now. So I can't have it in there. But yes, I usually do. So that's good. So here's a person who has multiple different bags, which is kind of interesting because I've never even thought of doing that. I've always just been one. You have your caching bag. It's a caching bag, and that's what it is. But,
I would say the biggest downside to that is that I occasionally do not pull all the things out that I need to stick in the other bag because I don't have 100% duplication of everything.
Sure, I understand absolutely. We have got a caller, Chad.
Okay,
We have got Carrot Killer. calling from Texas, I think. Garrett, hello.
What's going on? I'm back again.
How you doing, sir? How you doing?
Doing good.
So I see you're calling about Molly bag. So I know you're in the military, so I'm assuming you're familiar with the Molly bag. That's a military type of bag, is it not?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I mean, I can speak to my own personal experience on this. You know, to me, it's not the greatest. That may sound like sacrilege, but
And you're an army guy.
yeah. And I mean, what I'll say is pretty much a military trope or whatever. You know, everything the military makes is made by the lowest bidder, so you're not getting the best. You know what I mean? They come up with an idea, there's an acquisition process, people make bids, and whoever can do it the cheapest, that's what we get.
Okay.
So it's usually heavier, less comfortable.
When you were in basic training, did you use a Molly bag? Were you using one?
In basic training, I think we were using stuff that was like so old and crappy that it was nothing like they're using today. No, I've been issued the Molly gear before, but it's nothing that I've been like particularly fond of or actually practically used.
Really?
And the benefit of it is like you make what you want of it. You know, you can, like you were saying, you can attach different little pouches wherever you want, so you do what you want with it. But to me, anything for geocaching, it's any kind of bag you want. You could get a better bag at, you know, an REI or something.
Well, since you are an army guy and you should know tactical stuff, what bag do you carry? Do you use a bag? Start with that.
I would say normally not really.
Really, you don't?
Not really for geocaching.
You go hiking and you don't carry a bag with you. You don't carry any kind of equipment.
Yeah. If I'm actually going hiking, yeah. And I actually just got a new bag.
What'd you get?
The other week, I got an Osprey Scarab 22, and it had exactly what you just said you hated, which is like the camelback pouch built in.
I don't hate it. Good. It's just not for me. I don't hate it. See, this is what's going to happen now. I'm going to be the hater of the camelback. I don't hate it. It's just, it wasn't for me.
You're done.
That's it. Yeah. I'd like to know.
I will say that's one good thing that the Army does is they made everybody start carrying the camelbacks rather than the canteens.
Really? Did they? Really?
When it first came in, it was canteens, and now it's straight up camelback, which is way better.
See, I think I just want to know where my water is. I want to know where I'm at with my water consumption. You know, I'm always a freak about that. I don't want to run out of water. So.
And speaking of camelback, I just looked up on Amazon Prime what I had purchased. It's 100-ounce hydration pack.
Wow,
100 ounces too.
100 ounces. So not quite a gallon. That's a lot of hydration.
Yeah, and that's a lot of weight on your back.
Yeah. Isn't that heavy?
Oh, it's the way it is, and especially with the front strap on there, you don't feel the weight.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, that's the benefit of like the camelback. You can carry a lot of water, and it's not as taxing on the body just because you're wearing it like a backpack.
Interesting. So Carrot, so you would not recommend the Molly bag personally from an Army guy? You would not recommend it?
No. Now you will see some people wearing it, but to me they just look goofy. You know, I don't want to be going around places advertising. Yeah, I'm in the Army. Look at me. To me, that's just screaming for attention.
All right. Well, hey man, I appreciate your input. Thank you. Because I literally just heard about a Molly bag today. A listener actually mentioned, "What about a Molly bag?" in one of the I think it was on Facebook. I'm like, "What the hell's a Molly bag?" And so I looked it up and I'm like, oh, that's pretty interesting. I'm like, who do I know in the military? Oh, I know Carrot Killer in the military.
Yeah. And thanks for the honest feedback about it.
Yeah, I appreciate the honest feedback.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'll be waiting for my hate mail. So
well, we'll see if somebody actually has one adores it. I think I would love it personally, but I trust your opinion. But I mean, I'm very happy with my bag. But like, I think it'd be pretty cool to actually have a basic pack and then add the pouches that you need, because you're carrying basically what you need. I don't know. It sounds interesting, but I don't know. I trust your opinion. You say it's overkill. Do you think it's overkill?
I just think, like I was saying, I think that if I want to go caching, I can get a better bag at a normal store. I think that the bags that they're providing you, just private industry is doing a better job of giving you like a more comfortable bag, a lighter bag, still functional compared to what they give you, which is big and bulky. And I mean, I wouldn't choose it if I'm going backpacking. I'm not using an army rucksack.
Right.
I'm going and buying a real backpacking backpack
Right.
because an army rucksack feels horrible.
No, I agree with that. I mean, for when my son was doing scouting and stuff, I have a real backpack where you're out camping for several days. You got your tent, you got your single person tent, you got your sleeping bag, you got everything that you're going to use, including your food, in that one, and it's significantly more comfortable than a molly bag, which I kind of swapped out with some of the other dads just to see what it was like and stuff before I spent about $300 on this now unused backpack.
All right. Well, hey, man, we appreciate it very much. You calling up and let us know about the molly bag. We appreciate it.
No problem, man. Talk to you guys later.
It's always good to get a military point of view, so we appreciate it very much. Thank you, sir. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Sure. Bye.
There you go, guys. Demshar Carrot Killer with not recommending the molly bag. This is from an army guy. Army guy says no to the molly bag. Jesse, are you surprised by that? Doesn't that sound like a cool bag?
The theory is good, but I understand his complaint. You have to remember I have quite a bit of experience with military. And
why is that, Jesse?
I was an army brat growing up, and my first husband was military.
Yes.
And like he said, they like to not spend money. And like you said, Scott, you get what you pay for.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. You get what you pay for. Absolutely. Okay. So, Chad, we heard about your bags. Jesse, let's talk about your bag for a second. What bag do you currently use?
Okay. So like Chad, I have 2 bags depending on what I'm doing for my, going to the woods or going down a trail. I have my Eddie Bauer trail day pack. It's right here.
Yes, that's your bag.
That is my bag. And that's what I use like for longer hikes in the woods, etc. And then for smaller, like if we're just going to a park or especially at megas, I use my knitter attached acro bag. This is an old acro bag from 2004 that I got at a knitting expo, but it is awesome because it has all these pockets and little, cubby holes and extra zippers, outside pockets, inside pockets. And it's great. Oh, and a path tag just fell out of it.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. That's interesting.
What is it?
It's from it's Daryl W4, Daryl and Renee and the kids.
Oh, nice.
That's where that went. All right. But anyway, I use that, when I just need like a flashlight and a pen and some paper and my phone, and that's it. And, walking around a mega or something.
Looks like a kind of a miniaturized messenger bag.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's maybe like 8 inches square.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 things that I...
And you like your Eddie Bauer?
I do. I like the Eddie Bauer. I've had that bag for probably about 6 years or so. I bought it at the what's the discount store? The mall. Come on, help me with the words. Outlet mall. The outlet mall. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I bought it at the outlet mall, and it was a great buy. It has lots of pockets and spaces, and it's perfect for everything that I need. And I carry a lot of stuff with me.
Yes, you do.
Yep.
Yes, you do. All right, guys. Let's hear about your bags, guys. Anybody give us a call, 808-468-7924. 808 got swag. Talking geocaching backpacks. For my backpack, as I said before, I have a North Face Recon. when I was getting a new bag. I think I got it like 2 years ago, Jess, 2 or 3 years ago.
It's been a couple years.
Yeah. I did a ton of research on it. Just what people recommended and weight distribution and size and all that. And it just kept coming back to this pack. And finally, I went to REI and actually tried one on because I was ordering it from Amazon, but I tried it on at REI and it felt great. So I bit the bullet and ordered one and I loved it. It was great. And I love it to this day. It's a fantastic pack. I love it. Again, the North Face Recon for anybody. And what I carry in it is the next question, guys. We talk about our backpacks. What do we carry in our backpacks? My backpack, I've got a basic list here. I know you guys went crazy with your lists, especially Jesse. But I carry pens, water bottles, gloves, because you never know, extra containers, extra paper rather, first aid kit, batteries, a real compass, so important, a real compass.
Yep.
And I will preach that until I'm off this show. Anybody, guys, it costs like $10. Get a real compass, throw it in your pack. If you never use it, God bless. But you never know. Have a real compass. I got a GPSR in there, and I just fired it up the other about a week ago. It still works fine. I got bug spray in there. I got chargers for my phone and cord in there. Tools of the trade. I got a magnet thing. I got a couple different tools of the trade in there. And that's really about it, I think. No, I got some zip ties in there. I know I've got a couple of litmus test things for water, for earth caches. I've got those in there, and that's about it. I don't carry too much stuff, Mike, because usually water. Because I'm humping Jesse's water as well into the woods, so I carry double the water. So that's pretty much what I carry in my bag. Chad, what about you? What do you carry in your bag?
So pretty much everything that you got, except for the litmus test.
I know. We got it for an earth cache, and I just kept it in my bag because you never know, I guess.
So my first aid kit. I did you say first aid kit?
I did, yes.
Okay. I always got that, and it always has some of the military grade water purifying, so I don't need the litmus test.
Right.
So usually spare containers with some spare log sheets, cache repair kit, definitely always compass, GPSR, bug spray. Traditionally I have bug spray in there, not always. Less so out here where I live now than when I lived in Houston, which I always had bug spray.
Yes.
Sometimes, so in my big one, I usually have a little bit of swag, but not much. Tots, definitely tots. So mirror, extendable magnet, extendable golf ball retriever, duct tape, carabiners.
Wait, your golf ball retriever fits in your backpack?
Mine's in my trunk.
Mine's in my trunk.
See this?
Let me see.
Here?
Pull it out. That's what she said.
Barely see it.
Yeah.
Sticking
Let me
out.
see it. Let me see.
And this one extends out to 14 feet.
That's amazing. I want one that folds up that small.
And where'd you get it? Amazon?
Amazon. Everything comes from
Everything
Amazon.
is Amazon.
So yeah,
That's pretty good, Jess. We need a couple of those.
Yes, we do. And it looks like the end of that won't break off. Right? Mine doesn't have an end
hasn't
anymore.
so far.
My end is long gone. Stop.
No, it's pretty solid mounted on here. So I think I would have to have a pretty good fall in order to manage to break it off.
Nice. All right. So what else you got?
Carabiners. So I always carabine my GPS unit onto another carabiner that's hooked on my belt, which also happens to have a compass attached to it that is fairly decent quality, not the best quality, but fairly decent quality. And then more carabiners inside my bag in case I want to hook something else on my bag. So it makes it more like a molly bag.
Right.
I can just
like
carabine stuff on there.
Molly bag. Yeah, you got a mini.
Yeah. Usually some snacks in there. Even if I'm not using it, I've got some snacks that I keep in there just in case. I get out there and I've been out there for a long time, and
Sure.
I can feel my blood sugar falling, and I'm not diabetic yet, but I'm working on it.
Jesse carries the snacks.
I do, although there aren't any in there right now because I did clean out my bag and I found some that have probably been in there a really, really long time.
If it's like it's like a granola bar, it could be in there forever. Come on.
Right.
That's
I clean it out every once in a while to make sure that.
Yeah. I do every spring. Yeah, every spring.
Yeah.
I just did it. That's how I know. Like that's why I tested my GPS. I just cleaned it out. Yeah.
So batteries. So usually got a couple sets of AA rechargeables that I keep charged up in there, and some 18650s for my flashlights.
I have batteries. I also have a what's the big one? Is that the square one?
The square ones, 9-volt.
The 9-volt. I have a 9-volt because I live by DJW House, who's a Gadget Cache guy, and all of his take 9 volts. So you got to have a 9-volt battery. So I carry a 9-volt as well.
So a power bank, and then like when I'm traveling, I've got a miscellaneous bag that holds all my cables. So various USB cables. I need my mini for my GPS. I need my micro or used to need my micro for my phone. Now I need a USB Type C, but I also keep a micro in there because someone else inevitably needs a micro. Flash drive with some data on it to share.
Sure.
That type of stuff. So those were the things that I came off the top of my head. But if I empty my bag out now, I'm sure I would find more stuff in there.
All right, fair enough. We have a caller. We got Cody Dog on the phone. Cody Dog, hello, sir. Cody Dog.
Hello. How's it going?
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing tonight?
So what do you carry with you?
Okay, so recently, yes, I have been lazy, and I've just been using the West Bend bags that they give you, the drawstrings.
Right.
See, I like them because
you're such a millennial.
if it rips or whatever, you can toss it. It's great for rain because it won't destroy my bag. Like, it's just like, whatever, it's my garbage bag. It can be tossed. That's for short hikes or whatever.
Right.
I also have got a Maxpedition bag, which is slightly different.
Right, and that Maxpedition bag, that's more of like of a as I said before, like a tactical messenger bag, isn't it? Technically.
Yeah. So I guess technically it should be used for carrying a pistol, but I guess geocachers have taken to it, and that's how I found out because I just asked around and I saw some bags that other cachers were carrying, and I really liked it. So they're like, "Yeah, it's Maxpedition," and looked at their site and it's right on it.
Huh?
Isn't carrying a pistol a safety requirement when caching around Chicago area?
That's urban caching.
It's not as bad as they say.
That's urban caching. They say in Chicago the woods won't kill you; it's the urban caching that'll kill you. The woods are perfectly safe. Yeah. So you carry that, and I've seen you carry. Usually, you carry that in the long hikes, but on the smaller hikes, you do carry the drawstring bag, is what you use, and you enjoy, and that's fine for you. That doesn't bother you.
There's no support. But it's we're going to be out for 2 miles. It's just enough of annoyance that 2 miles done, and then I'm not wearing it anymore. So it's not really that much of a nuisance.
Okay, good. All right. So and and you enjoy the tactical. The messenger bag?
Oh yeah, I mean it holds everything. So it's got, I'm looking at it right now. It's got a space for a water bottle. It's got a space for a external battery that I put in there. It's also got like a zippered area that's got slots where you could put a whole bunch of pens. I put a real compass in there that requires no batteries or anything.
Good boy.
I've got some medical stuff in here. I took one of those REI bags. I think you were talking about on the last show, one of those day emergency bags. It's got your anti-itch stuff, your aspirin, like some gauze, some moleskin. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty much it. And since it is a pistol bag, it's got nice padding on it, so it rests nice as a sling.
Oh. You don't carry a pistol on it, do you?
No.
Now you keep in your back pocket.
Yeah, that's in the back pocket, right?
That's in the hip holster.
All right, Cody. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Yeah, I like your bag. So you're happy with that bag? You don't wear it much because we haven't gone on long hikes, but do you wear it on long hikes?
I've had it for about I want to say like 7 years. I think I've had it. It's still in great condition.
Yeah, you've had it for a long time. Yeah. Oh, good. Yes. All right, great, awesome. All right, thank you for calling in, sir. That's awesome. I'm glad you enjoy. So so pimp it off one more time. What's it called? It's a what? For anybody?
It's Maxpedition.
Maxpedition.
Like expedition, but Maxpedition.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. If anyone's interested, go give it a look because this bag has lasted me forever, and I really don't have any complaints about it.
And it's tiny. It's not even big. It's not. It's one of those. It's literally It's a smaller messenger bag. It's not like it's a big, like obviously I've got a North Face Recon. It's a backpack. You just have this. It's a tiny little. Didn't Groundspeak sell them for a while in the shop? I don't think they do anymore.
Absolutely.
But I think they used to at one point.
Yeah, it could hold. I've squeezed 5 water bottles in the main carrying area,
really?
And then 1 on the side. Yeah, it can hold quite a bit of water. It's bigger on the inside.
Oh, like a TARDIS. Okay.
Like a TARDIS.
Beat me to it.
All right, Cody. Thank you so much, sir. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Later. Bye.
I think the one he has is I'm looking them up right now. I think the one he has is the Maxpedition Jumbo.
Jumbo. Okay, because I'm looking on Amazon right now. I'm sorry.
Look for the Jumbo. No, I know he's had it forever. He likes it. I know he likes it. He enjoys it.
The thing I really like about his is that it has the spot for your water bottle, because most small, because it's a relatively small bag, and most bags of that size don't have a place for your water bottle, and I like that one does.
And it's easy accessible. Like I know on mine, I can't get to my water bottle. I have to take my pack off or bug Cody to tell me to get my water bottle. Like grabbing my bottle. Like I can't grab it off my back from the side. Like you can.
Yeah, I need one that I can grab it from there, because I'm constantly sipping when I got a water bottle. I'm constantly sipping. I'm not like taking like big drafts at a time, but I'm every couple of minutes I'm a little sip.
Right. Anybody else? What about your backpack? 808-468-7924. Jesse Brown.
Yes, sir.
What is in your backpack?
I have a lot of things in my backpack.
And you literally went through your entire bag and wrote everything down.
I did. I was curious because I really wanted to know what I've had in there, because there's a lot of things. So what I've done inside my bag is I've sort of categorized things into, different piles, and then I put each of those smaller categories into a smaller Ziploc bag. So if I want
Of course you did.
Of course I did. So if I want first aid or safety supplies, I pull out one particular bag. If I need, ropes or zip ties, I pull out another bag. So, I try to be efficient, and I need to be organized. It helps you find things.
I know you do.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, before you get started on your list here, a couple of years ago, I bought you something for Christmas.
Yes. I have it right here.
Do you really have it? Okay, I apologize for the people who are listening to this at work like I do, but this is a visual here. Jesse is showing us. Let me put you on the main screen for Jesse. Hold on. So Jesse is showing us. This is what I bought her for Christmas. Oh, one of the things. I shouldn't say the entire Christmas. One of the things I bought her for Christmas was this from Geocaching. What is it, Jess? Explain to what it is.
It's a tool of the trade carrying bag.
Yes.
Full of tools.
So
and this is actually, like, when I was just Googling MOLLE bags, things like this came up. This is something that you could add. It is a MOLLE bag.
Yes,
you could add this onto a larger backpack. It has the slots on the back that you would attach it. It has the Velcro that you could attach things to.
Right.
So this has a whole bunch of stuff inside of it. And then I have this in my pack as well.
Okay, so let's see what's.
So
in there.
did it come with tools?
Yeah, oh,
It
yeah.
did.
What's in?
Okay.
Show
did.
the camera what's in your.
Okay, so I've moved a few things around, but what's in this currently? I have a log roller.
Right.
I have a pen flashlight. I have a Right in the Rain pen. I have a small mirror. I have a small extendable magnet with a mirror on the end.
Right.
It's like a dentist mirror. There is also a magnifying glass with tweezer.
This is wait, hold on. She'll point. This is the greatest tool ever invented. I use this thing all the time because when you get a splinter and you have bad eyes like I do, and you don't have your reading glasses with you, it's splinters with a magnifying glass. It is the greatest invention for anybody over 40 ever invented.
and for boys under the age of 10 for lighting beetles on fire.
That's right.
I mean, it is the greatest, guys. A tweezers with a magnifying glass built into it is phenomenal.
Yep.
I've used that so many times to get splinters out of my hands.
Yep.
What else? Anything else in there?
And then there's also a tick remover.
A tick key.
A tick key.
A tick key.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There you go. And that's just her tot thing.
Yeah. And this stays inside my pack.
Right.
Also.
All right, so go quickly down the list.
I'd like to have one like that because all mine I have to take it out and move it to another bag, and I don't have anything to really enclose it all in. That looks like a good enclosure for that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's I bought that I brought that for Christmas. It was one of her Christmas presents from Groundspeak, and I think everything came in it but something. I think two things didn't come in. I bought two other things.
And put
can't remember which
to
go in there. Yeah. But it was, I mean, it was like $50. It wasn't that expensive for maybe not even that expensive, maybe $40. Bought it a couple of years ago. It might still be in the store.
I think they have them on. I think they have not this exact one, but one similar to it on clearance right now in the shop.
It's good. I mean, it's really good.
Yeah,
looks like.
Yeah. Okay. So Jesse.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So you ready for my list? Here's everything that I have in my pack.
Let's hear quick. Go for it.
All right. So pens, Kleenex, instant soap, instant towels. We talked about those last week. The little things
add
that you
water and it literally turns into a towel. It
turns into right. So instant soap and instant towels.
You've used those,
all the time.
That reminds me, my wife makes me bring hand gel sanitizer.
Oh, yes.
I have that in the car.
That's forced by my wife. Otherwise, I probably would forget it.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
A small notepad, a pair of scissors, a pocket knife, and a small Gerber. I love my Gerber. I got a multi-tool. It's a multi-tool, and it's a small one. It's maybe about 1.5 inches. So it,
like a Swiss Army knife,
sort of. But
or the pliers with the stuff. Okay.
Yes. So here, wait, it's right here. Oops, that's the knife. So it's Gerber is the brand, and it opens up. Of course, it's going to be difficult there. So it opens up. You have the pliers, but then you also have all of the tools,
knives and stuff like
in
that.
the handle. Right.
That's about the tiniest one I've ever seen.
Yep.
I've got one slightly larger than that.
Yeah.
And then I got a huge one as well. But
I've got a multi-tool that I carry on my. If I'm going out for the day, I carry it. It goes onto my belt like a multi-tool with a.
This one you could put on a keychain. It's got a spot for a keychain. It's the Gerber Dime, is the one that I carry.
All right, continue.
Tweezers.
It is.
And a whistle.
And what's the whistle for?
The safety in the woods. In case
is it a Wienermobile whistle? A Wienermobile?
No, it's it's actually. I should have had all this stuff out ready to go. It's actually a geocaching one, I think. This one is.
Geocaching makes a whistle?
I think so. It's camo.
Yeah. I've got a couple of kits that the whistle came with it. Also my
have you ever blown the whistle? Oh, you got to blow that whistle.
Yeah.
Both of my first aid kits have them.
Don't blow it into the back up 3 feet and blow it.
It's from GX Proxy. I'd rather be caching.
I'm not going to hear you.
I'm not going to do it in the house. It's going to be really loud.
Why?
That's actually one of two.
Oh, okay.
I've got 3 or 4 like that, and I need to drop on my swag. It's not because I don't like it; it's because I have I've got too many whistles.
Yeah. Here, I have another one here. This one's Area 51 from Midwest Geobash last year. That one's not in my bag.
All right, so continue.
Okay. All right, so let me keep going. Okay, so then I have 2 small first aid kits, a pair of gloves, a pair of socks, a magnetic light. It has on one side it has a magnet, and on the other side it actually has a hook that comes out, so you could hang it, and then it's like, I don't know, 20,000 lumens. It's a really super bright light. Yeah, it's really a nice light. And then I also have an inflatable solar light.
I remember the inflatable solar light. Yes.
It folds up really small, so it's plastic, so it's
you carry that in your bag?
I carry it in my pack. Yeah. Roll of duct tape, bug spray, sunscreen.
Yeah, you carry the sunscreen.
Yeah. A poncho.
A poncho. I have a poncho. Yes. Okay. I have a poncho.
Yeah, I've got a poncho.
I forgot about it. Yes, I have a poncho.
Yep. Rope and paracord.
I got paracord in mine as well.
Zip ties.
Sorry. I have zip ties.
I have a baggie of extra containers. I have a few pill bottles, a few bison, a couple nanos. Speaking of nanos, I'm one short because I just placed one and I need to submit that. I forgot about that.
You got to push those caches live.
Yes, I do. I have a solar blanket. I have matches. I have a sewing kit for some random reason.
Hey, better safe than sorry.
I don't know.
If I split my britches are just going to remain split.
I was going to say,
I ain't stopping to sew them.
I think I did split my britches one time and just climbing a tree or something.
Yeah, I've done it while caching.
Yep. I have another whistle that's actually the combo whistle matchstick container, all in one. And then I have the tool of the trade organizer that we've already talked about.
Yeah.
I have a pair of heavy duty work gloves, a large extendable magnet, feminine items.
Yes, which we used over the weekend.
Yes, we did.
For anybody who follows us on Facebook, I cut my finger open pretty nastily. I don't know, pretty bad. And
so you took the opportunity to.
I did. I used a maxi pad to stop the bleeding. And it totally worked. And Jesse's like, "Oh, we got to get a picture of that." I was debating whether or not I needed stitches or not because it was really deep.
It wouldn't stop bleeding was the problem.
It was really, really. And so, hey, when something doesn't stop bleeding, you put a maxi pad on. So, yeah, it stopped. Eventually, it stopped. Look, it stopped bleeding. So, yeah, it does.
And no stitches.
And no stitches for the record. Yes.
So, and the last thing is probably the most unusual, but I have used it, and that is a ruler, a 12-inch wooden ruler.
When did you have a wooden ruler?
I have a 12-inch wooden ruler.
Woods, and I don't even know.
Let me guess, for an earth cache?
No, I used it to get a container out from like under something, or it was in a crack, and I needed something very thin and that I could reach it with, and I was like, wait, I have a ruler.
Okay.
So,
the only time I felt like I needed a ruler was during a very detailed-oriented earth cache that wanted me to measure certain things. And it's like, okay, I'm gut feeling it. This is about 12 inches.
Right. Exactly. Of course. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Jess. Anything else?
And then, of course, just water and snacks. Those, get added each trip.
You are the snack, and the lunches usually carry all that.
Yes, stuff. I carry the food. Scott carries the water.
Carry the water. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Jesse Brown. So, guys, that is backpacks. So, stuff that we carry in our bag. We've all been caching for a number of years. This is what we carry in our bags, and the type of bags that we carry. I hope you got something out of this, this discussion about backpacks. And if you're looking for one, find the one you like. That's what it all is. It's going to be very important in your caching career, in your caching life.
Make sure you're comfortable.
Yes, Chad. Anything else? Chad, anything else you want to add?
Nope, but I'm eyeballing that Maxpedition Jumbo though now.
Cody swears by it, so if you get it, let me know. And what does it cost, by the way? Just out of curiosity, what do you see?
On sale for $73, so it's not inexpensive.
Cody, what'd you pay for it? I think he's still in the chat room. Let's see. But before we get off, let's see what Cody paid for.
If he remembers.
Yes. Jesse, anything else to add?
No, that's it. Yeah, when you pick out your backpack, just make sure it's comfortable. That's really the most important.
Yeah, I would say, like I did. You know, I went to an REI and actually tried it on before I bought it. I know I was buying it online, but because it was significantly cheaper on Amazon than it was at REI. But I went and tried it on and walked around with it. I think I made Jesse laugh because I was walking around for a little bit with it on, just to test it out to see how it was, and it was comfortable. It was great. So. Good luck on finding your backpack, and hey, let us know what you find or what you use. Next week, guys. Next week, it's going to be interesting, guys. The month of May is going to be Mystery May. Mystery May, Chad. All month long, we're talking mystery caches.
I like mystery caches.
I know you love mystery caches. All month long, mystery caches, Chad. So, starting out Mystery May. Starting out next week, we are talking gadget caches. And while we're talking gadget caches, we're going to bring in two of the geocaching world's best gadget cache people. We're bringing in Bounce from the West Coast, and we are bringing DJW House on the show from the Midwest. Both these guys recently in the geocaching news. Bounce currently just had an article written about him in the blog. Correct, Jess? Am I right?
There was an interview with him.
Interview with Bounce on the blog. And then DJW House was just on Joshua, the geocaching blogger's videos. He just did a whole video about DJW House. So if you're wondering who DJW House is, go look at Joshua's newest video. And Joshua, I think he shows 2 or 3 of his caches. And DJ has been, he's a local boy. And Jesse and I have done many of his caches in West Bend and in Chicago.
Awesome.
And
I have given many, many favorite points to Dave.
And Bounce, I've heard I've never done any of his caches. Jesse, you've been out there. Did you do any of his while you were out there?
No, I didn't.
I've done one of his. So
how was it?
It was awesome. Although I did wind up calling him up. He probably doesn't remember this because it's been a couple of years ago. But I wound up calling him up, and it was my fault because I should have refreshed the cache page. The things had changed a little bit, but it was a awesome travel bug hotel, that gadget cache style. That was had a great time. It definitely it got a favorite point for me. So.
Great. All right. So Bounce and DJW House bringing in Mystery May next week, and we're going to talk about mystery caches all month long. Well, it's going to be a good month of May. All right. So until then, we will talk to you guys next week, and here we're going to close out the show.
So
Bounce,
I was asking what cache that was. So that was the 520 Bellevue Travel Bug Hotel.
Also, Cody Dog says he paid between $60 and $70 for his bag when he bought it 7 years ago. And also, Bounce in the chat room says that he carries with him while he's caching a small metal detector.
A small metal. Well, that's kind of cheating, isn't it? We'll talk to his butt next week. That's kind of cheating, if you want my honest opinion. Can I close the show now, Chad? Is it okay?
No, 1 second. So that cache has 280 favorite points right now, by the way.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of favorite points.
Yes.
Right.
Nice.
Bounce next week. DJW House next week. Talking gadget caches, guys. You're not going to want to miss it. And here we go. Please join us again next week so take your calls live every Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, right here at the geocachingpodcast.com/live. The archived video versions of our podcasts are available on our website or on our YouTube channel, and the audio versions are available on most of your favorite podcatchers. If you like the show, please head on over to Apple iTunes and rate, review, and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it, and it really helps the show when you do. If you prefer to watch the show, please subscribe to the show on YouTube, and do not forget to click that little bell, that one in the corner that all the millennials love. Click that little bell to notify whenever we go live. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter for updates on upcoming shows and general geocaching information. And hey, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a patron of our show. With tiers starting as low as $3, you will get a ton of additional information, extra videos, extra audio, only available to our patron members. Please head on over to patreon.com today and subscribe. That's patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast. Thanks once again to our sponsors, Cashly, Logwork, FDF Geocacher Magazine, and the Max Suds Body Company. Please visit our sponsors, and when you make that purchase, tell them the GCPC sent you. That's all we got this week, so we'll see you next week, talking geocaching, taking your phone calls, and in the meantime, be good, be safe, hug your loved ones, and we'll talk to you guys next week. We are clear. We are clear. There you go. So Bounce really uses a metal detector, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, he says I carry a small metal detector. That way I can find the cache that happened to be under leaves, or I can stick it into a scrub to find the bison tube. That's awesome.
I think that's cheating.
No.
No,
It's a tool of the
it's
trade.
using
I
the
guess.
tools that you have available to you.
I
It's just
guess
like,
so,
it's just
yeah.
like me using a hiking stick to poke the fire ant mounds that I had a cache below it until I heard the thunk thunk.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the show. We appreciate it very much. We will talk to you guys next week. It's Mystery May. So we'll talk to you guys next week. Talk to you soon.